The Holocaust Religion. The Holocaust did happen, a religious and historical overview on cremation. The first dated report about cremation were the Mongol lady. She lived about 42,000 years ago around the shores of Lake Mungo, Australia. In the early Stone Age, around 3000 BC, cremation began in a real sense in Europe and Near East. In the Bronze Age, around 2500 to 1000 BC, cremation moved into the British Isles and into what is now Spain and Portugal. In the Mycenaean Age, around 1000 BC, cremation became an integral part of the elaborate Grecian burial costume. In fact, it became the dominant mode of disposition by the time of Homer in 800 BC and was actually encouraged for health reasons. Following the Grecian trend, the early Romans probably embraced cremation sometime around 600 BC. By the time of the Roman Empire, 395 to 27 BC, it was widely practiced. Cremation, though, was rare among the first Christians, influenced by Jewish law, who considered it pagan. Also, Hinduism and Buddhism practiced cremation, and it was seen as heathenish and wrong. Around 400 AD, as a result of Constantine's Christianization of the empire, earth burial had completely replaced cremation, and for the next 1,500 years remained the accepted mode of disposition throughout Europe. Throughout parts of Europe, cremation was forbidden by law and even punishable by death, if combined with heathen rites. Catholic Church, up until 1964, banned cremation for its adherence in ground burial was mandated in the hope that, like the body of Christ, the deceased body might be resurrected. Jews practice also that they may resurrect when their Messiah comes. God's way for the disposition of the dead is burial. The practice of cremation is pagan, idolatry, heathenism, and wrong. The practice of cremation was inspired by no less than Satan the devil and his host of demons as a part of his diabolical counterfeit superstition involving the belief of reincarnation and the immortality of souls. According to the pagans, the purifying fires of cremation prepare the soul for its flight after death of the body. Leslie V. Grinsell, in the book Barrow, Pyramids and Tomb, tells the story of the Ibn Fadlan, who in AD 922 was an Arab missionary to Russia from the Caliph of Baghdad. As he witnessed the cremation of a Viking chief on the Volga, he was told, "We burn him so that he encounters paradise at once." Burnt offerings. Some have suggested that the first and best known mention of a cremation, burnt offering, is in the book of Genesis, where Abraham is asked by God to sacrifice his son Isaac. The Israelites, as part of their worship to God, had to perform sacrificial burnt offerings of sheep, oxen, birds, etc. Generally speaking, the word burnt and people combined are often used in a negative connotation, often used as a form of punishment. An example of this is seen when the godly king Joshua defiled the altars of Baal and burned the bones of the priests upon their own altars so as to disintegrate them. Molech was a demonic being who the Canaanites sacrificed their living children to. So we can say, seeing in the perspective of the religious history of cremation, the Holocaust did happen. But where is the gas chamber in all this? And how can we say that building crematoria enable industrialized mass murder?